set my soul on fire. Got a whole lot of money that's ready.
Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Kindred Souls of Brooklyn and Sarasota. So we're here in the amazing St. Petersburg, not too far from Tropicana Field. And we're here at Doc Ford's, but the reason for the video is, this is an Elvis Presley video, talking about Elvis Presley, who sang here in St. Petersburg only 6 months before he passed away. I'm going to try to go to what's remaining of that theater. I think it was called the Fairmont, but I'll put it up over here. And literally February 16th was when he sang here. And a lot of people don't know that on that trip, you know, Elvis never really ever went to Disney, be it California or Florida, but he thought about it on that trip. February 9th was Lisa Marie Presley's birthday, so he was going to take her that time. It was a big endeavor for him to go to Disney, and he didn't do it, but we'll talk about it more in the video. Stay tuned, hope you enjoy it, and we're going to mix together some St. Petersburg and a little bit of Elvis Presley and a little bit of Disney, so stay tuned, hope you have fun and enjoy it. So we're just here in St. Petersburg, like I said, and I want to tell you a little bit more about the Elvis story. So Elvis never really went to Disneyland or Disney World because obviously if he went there, it would have been a big commotion. And, you know, he was known to rent out a theme park in Memphis, some of the smaller places. But as he got older, he never really did it, obviously. And it's harder to do that at Disney. I mean, I've worked at Disney for 7 years, which leads me into the story. I don't currently work at the company, but we're annual pass holders, so I still have a lot of connections at the company. So one of my friends who worked at Disney back in 1977, who worked guest relations, was telling me a story where Elvis was considering to come to Disney World. Now he was actually doing a show. He came here on the 16th of February, and in between this, he was in Orlando, and he was staying at the Hilton in Orlando, which was kind of like toward the airport. And Lisa Marie's birthday, she probably would have been 9. Her birthday is February 9th. So he wanted to bring her to Disney. The idea, the plan, was for Elvis to come into the park after the concert that he did in Orlando, and he was going to come in and they were going to extend the park hours for like 3 hours, so he would have been in there with a minimal amount of people. But, you know, in 77, Elvis wasn't in the best shape. I don't know what happened, what the details were, but my friend who works in guest relations was saying that there was talk of it, that he was strongly considering doing it. I know later on that Priscilla Presley brought Lisa Marie after Elvis died. There's lots of pictures of her going to Disneyland and Disney World, right? But Elvis himself never went to either place, and I wish he would have, but he never did. But I'll tell you more about the story when I go to the venue here that Elvis sang at in St. Petersburg. But it's a fascinating story in itself, because Elvis would have come into what's called Park 1 at Disney, and which leads right to Main Street. So that was going to be the plan. They were going to drive him into Park 1 and through the toll booth that's over there, through the, which if you're familiar with Disney, it's kind of right near, it'd be closest to Main Street, and you drive in past like Space Mountain and where Tron is right now. That would be where you'd enter. And he was going to go in there. We're going to park in the lot over there, which is Park 1, where when I was with Disney, that's where we parked all the security vehicles. And they would have opened up the doors toward Main Street. There's a street there called Center Street. Would have walked down that street, and he was right on Main Street. So that was the plan, and I wish Elvis would have done it, because he passed away 6 months later on August 16th, 1977. So it would have been made for a wonderful story, and would have been fantastic, but never really happened. But I know it's a story that's not really out there, that, you know, based on what my friendship with this man, I know it's probably a true story. So anyway, stay tuned, hope you're enjoying the video. Elvis and Disney. Hey everyone, so we're still in St. Petersburg, and I thought it would be appropriate to conclude the video over here. So this is the Mafia Center right here, and this is where Elvis played, essentially. This is what's in place of the building where he played his last concert in St. Petersburg. So when Elvis played here, it was called the Bayfront, and it had about an 8,800 seat capacity, which he filled, which was probably a record for that arena back in that time. But he was here on February 15th. Let me show you. Let me turn you around. It's very different now from what it used to be. But this was the site of Elvis's last concert in St. Petersburg. And again, this was the next stop that he was making after that Orlando concert. But he decided not to do the Disney thing. So, you know, it was a shame if Elvis was able to do that. I mean, it would have been, just imagine, incredibly being at Disney and going through that gate on Main Street and coming through Park 1, and imagine the pictures that probably would have happened. You know, Disney was a very different place back in 1977. And you know, it's really funny how, you know, history kind of correlates or whatever. But the first time I ever went to Disney, and I never knew how much Disney would be a part of my life, you know, working in the Magic Kingdom as long as I did and working for the Disney store. But it was kind of funny, that very same week was the first time I ever went to Disney. We went down for a week. It was my first time ever in Florida. And it's just kind of strange, and guaranteed I probably wouldn't have seen Elvis. But, you know, because like I said, if he did come, they were going to have him come in later in the day. Now, I'm always a PM person. My mom was a PM person. My dad was an early person, but we would have outvoted him, I'm sure, and stayed there. So I always think I might have gotten a glimpse of Elvis coming up on Main Street. So how cool was that? But yeah, I think one of the great shames in life that Elvis never made it to Disney, and it would have been great if he would have been able to go there, especially when Lisa Marie was young, to celebrate her 9th birthday on February 9th, which was 1977. Like I said, she'd have been 9 years old. But it's just incredible. Like, I always like to imagine, you know, around again. I mean, again, St. Petersburg is a viable place. My nephew lives here. My other nephew lives in Tampa. But I mean, I would generally think that the structures, and I do have a picture of it. I mean, how different could you really make it, right? But just imagine coming through, and probably some of these trees might have been here. You know, they probably were smaller trees back in those days. I'm sure that tree right there was here. Elvis might have passed by that tree, you know. Certainly the stars, which are very bright in Florida. So yeah, very interesting thing. Elvis likes staying at the Hilton, so there's a Hilton right over there. So who knows? He could have even stayed there. I don't even know. I don't even research it. Maybe some Elvis historians could let me know that. I don't know. Story on Kindred Souls of Brooklyn and Sarasota. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you know any information that you want to share and help us along with this, that'd be great. But otherwise, thanks for tuning in. And remember, as Elvis would say, don't be cruel. All right. So this is Al signing off right here from St. Petersburg, Florida. And for sure, I will see you on the next video. So, yeah. Till the next time. Let's make this an 8-minute video. What are we on? 7:57, 59, 8. There we go. 8 minutes. Just so you guys know, 8 minutes is a perfect YouTube video. It's enough for commercials, and you know. So if you're out there and you're a new YouTuber, it's preferable to make your videos 8 minutes long. Anyway, always a little tips from Al. So love you guys. See you in the next video. Take care now. Bye.